I don't know. AJ is gonna AJ.
Yeah,
I
would much rather start earlier than go later.
I mean,
I want to go flat out for an
I'm sure
entire
you would
lap.
as well.
I don't know that I want to do
I mean me.
even far enough
would go the
to
other
get
way
to the point
around,
where I
but-
need to
Yeah,
make it flat out again.
Well,
but
because you're like,
I kind of want to do it.
I started
But
at 5
that
6
took
a.m.
26 minutes
that's
for
what-
one lap.
I mean, do you like sleep beforehand?
I don't even know if I can do the GP
Depends.
circuit flat out. I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we could start, you know,
Can't
at,
see past the rearview mirror.
say, 3 your time instead of at 5 your time, and end 2 hours earlier, I'm sure it would be
Still valid lap.
That would be
that more.
even
You'd probably
better
get
for
more
some
sleep.
People on
Still a
F1
valid
weekends
lap.
because people would get more sleep before F1 on
Right.
Cup Racing Pro.
But yeah. So I mean, whatever.
I'm not gonna feel
bound for
good this
whatever.
weekend because of
But-
not getting sleep, but oh well.
Yeah, I think if we have a weekend where there's 3 series that we want to run, it would be nice to have that option.
I always forget that it has track info
You
down
could
here.
probably do it.
Road
Just depends
temp,
on the
air
race,
temp, how much
because
grip there
obviously
is, the
wouldn't want to
wind,
race
and
it
what
head on
direction it's
Europe,
blowing, I guess.
because otherwise
Yeah.
that already pretty much takes 2 hours.
I don't think about it
at
much
least,
because
because
track temp,
what we did
Or
today
no,
is
track
basically the shortest
condition,
format.
um,
I think it's sensible.
I was so shit at that.
air temp, track temp
I was so bad. It was
Monza
so
is,
This
bad.
is difficult.
doesn't give wind, I guess.
The worst part about it was like the second, that second right-hander, 3 fucking times I got, I just hit the edge of the grass and fucking spun
Oh, yeah.
around. I was maintaining time when I was racing, but
I'm just on the curb
fuck, it was just irritating.
and the
then I was,
green
like,
strip as
20
well, I
seconds
guess. But
behind
still,
the next person.
who needs to be on the track when you can just be on the curb?
Didn't even
like
wanna
this?
finish it.
Man, some of those Melbourne curbs will just throw your car off the track.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, you'll have a bit more of that at Le Mans because curbs in Tête Rouge are terrible, but
Yeah, but I know that track well enough that I'm not worried.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know know Monza as
Le
well
Mans
as
should
Le
be-
Mans. Le Mans- I
should be
think Le Mans
interesting.
flows just it's such a flowing track.
you'll see. It's I like Le Mans a lot, but it's much more difficult once you actually try to get good at it with a faster car like an LFP.
Are we actually going to do driver swaps for that, or was that an
No, no,
idea
no, no.
canned?
No.
Okay, good. Great!
Yep. 2.5 hours of driving. Good luck.
I mean, that would be interesting, swapping drivers.
It would be. It is kind of possible. It's just what does the other person do?
Spectate.
I mean, yeah. Oh, I know what the issue was. How many people did we get today? 17? Divide that by 2.
Especially on that big of a track.
I mean, there wouldn't be any people left for GT. Basically.
Yeah.
We'd have like, what, 9, 10 cars maybe racing, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, and plus I'd just rather race the whole thing anyway, if it's that
Yeah.
short.
I mean, 2.5 hours is basically a 24 hour stint, like one stint for 24
Yeah, yeah.
hours.
I mean,
Yeah.
people have done a lot longer in Sims. Like, what did they... like, Jimmer and Co. did, like, 4 hours at time at Daytona 24?
That'd be rough.
The thing is that they're more used to it. People here
Yes,
aren't.
Which is why we're only doing 2.5 hours and not more.
Yeah, I think 2.5 hours is going to be a test. It's going to be a real test.
Well,
But I think
exactly-
it's going to be awesome. Like that's probably the most the one track I'm most excited about racing. Because
We
I didn't
confess
get
it's
to do it
154
last
minutes.
year. Yeah, that's even
Of
better.
course.
I had to do it.
That's
Because
pretty-
we were gonna do it just 2.4 hours, which would be, what, 8 minutes shorter, I think?
So what it'd be?
Yeah.
It should be what? 154
10 minutes
minutes
shorter.
plus a lap.
Yeah.
Yep, the 154 minutes of French countryside.
Yep, exactly. Because we can't call it Le Mans,
Nope.
And
or
if-
they
and if
come
we're gonna
for
have
us and break our legs.
a full day night cycle.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The one
And this is the big
laptop, please.
And it'll be
Stop it.
gradual enough that it'll feel right as well.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes me excited.
The one saving grace is that
has
it's Le Mans.
The
It's
AMD
large parts flat
thing,
out, not
has
having
that
to do
helped
too much.
Anybody with
Yep.
getting
Oh,
better
yep.
frames?
Yep. I'm running, I think, quality preset at this point. I honestly don't remember when I dropped below 60. And
AMD's FSR is huge gains for them.
I don't
definitely
use
was
it.
dropping below.
And the 6600 XT is coming in at like 380, apparently.
Would you say racing?
I said I don't use it, but compared to Max, I have enough overhead that it doesn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I know some people have problems with the nighttime and the headlights and stuff. I was wondering if that helped.
Oh, definitely. Like, before, pretty much any track, if I had lights turned on or anybody else, I would actually feel it. A definite drop in FPS. Today, I was running lights all the time, and I think I saw a few other people as well, and yeah, no difference to me.
That's cool.
And quality preset looks decent enough for me for racing that I really don't notice a difference.
Yeah, my only concern with it was that you start dropping too low and you introduce so much greeniness potentially that for like streaming it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
got like a
was gonna
5
stream tonight,
FPS
but
uplift
fucking get my
with,
VR set up took a lot
ultra
longer
quality.
than I expected because my stupid
and then like
CD1.
a bit more to
Like
quality,
certain
but by the time you
fucking
get to quality you start to
USB
notice the
ports
greeniness
apparently.
more, and
Kept
again,
saying
like I just said,
they're
I
all
don't want
USB
to introduce
3 or
greeniness
above
because
ports.
the encoding already
Yeah,
sucks as it
they kept
is.
saying
Adding
it's
more noise to the image is not going to help
Oh yeah,
that.
that's usually
lagging
okay.
and fucking all kinds of shit was pissing me off. Finally, I found one where it said, "Hey, that's USB 3." That's gonna be the next thing that gets upgraded. Will be the VR. I'm hoping that the Index 2 comes out. That's what I'm waiting on. Let's see what happens.
Once I have my setup situated well enough, I'd like to get VR, but I don't think it's worth it for just racing, and I don't have the room here, so it's...
I definitely
It's a
have
luxury.
enough kind of games that I would be interested in VR that to make it worth it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
like I have the original Oculus Rift, and I bought it used. So for me, just to do racing, it's not that big of a deal.
like me personally, I obviously racing.
How about laptop?
I would definitely fly a lot in VR.
I do want to try. Flight Sim, but as old as this headset is, I don't know if it would be clear enough to really
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the other problem, the screen door effect you get
And
on
that is
older
a
devices.
game when you definitely need to rely on reading
Lower
small
resolution,
text,
lower
etc.
frame rate.
Right,
a lot
you
more.
got to see your gauges and shit.
Yeah.
Quality just probably won't be there.
There is a headset out or that's coming out that is like apparently like a simmer's dream for flight sim and racing, but it's marketed towards businesses right now.
Can you
it's like
stop dropping frames,
$3,500,
computer?
and it's an $800
Again, not dropping,
per year
not
subscription
rendering.
to use it. I'm like, that's kind of
Close enough though.
It's
Pretty
awesome.
steep.
Dropped
That's-
frames
yeah,
only
it's
affect the
crazy
stream.
steep. But they
Missed
said
or skipped
it's
frames affect the
basically
recording as well, which is why it's so
Retina
infuriating. So if it was
resolution.
just dropping for the stream, that's not as big of a deal.
they said like for flight sim, you
I'd much
can
rather drop frames
read
than
the gauges like
not have
you were
them
sitting in
rendered
the plane,
at all.
you know. And there's a YouTube channel that I subscribe to. I think it's MRTV.
What the fuck would you need to run it? Like RTX 4000?
Yeah, MRTV. He's like the forefront like guy who tests all the VR headsets, and like companies send him headsets to review and shit like that. And during his last podcast, some of the people said that they know some people that have pre-ordered them that are like big into doing flight simming and stuff like that.
Well, didn't keep it clean.
But I guess you need. I guess a 3090 like
Also, the
will run it, but like it needs something even more powerful than a 3090 to get the max out of it.
Yeah.
But they said even just running it with what the 3090 can handle,
Well,
it's pretty amazing.
apparently they have 100% gain in the 4000 series or something like that. So
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I want to see that.
If you can find one,
Eh,
Yeah.
maybe
That's
by
gonna
that
be
time
fun.
the 3000 series you'll be able to buy in a store.
yeah, right.
But with the 3080, I was able to run VR and get a solid 90 frames per second. I had it
Up top,
limited
please.
down, but it was smoother. But of course, it didn't look that much better in the VR because it's at the max resolution it's always been. Yeah, like I've tried to race on just one screen, even on a 50-inch TV,
Dude.
and I just can't do it. Like I mean, if I practiced enough, I may be okay, but I'm so shit. I'm so much better with it being in VR.
If you want PTSD, where is it? Where the fuck is it? Let me find something.
You're not sharing your setup, Max, are you?
Maybe.
God.
I think it'll be just faster if I just took a screenshot. I mean, picture. Right now. I did have it. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be just faster.
Yeah. Max's setup versus Geek's monster of a PC. Quite the difference.
Yep, quick.
You should see it now.
I have to make sure I don't have anything fucking stupid on the desk.
Between your two main interests, seemingly, I'm afraid of what that could be.
Fucking hell, I need to. Ah, shit.
Depends on how far down that rabbit hole he went.
Oh
No, it's nothing like that. Okay. And let me just post it in voice chat discussions, I guess.
Where else would you put such an image?
Where is it?
I'm not showing it on stream. I could, but I'm not going to.
Behold.
Wait, the thread thing. Can I? No, I can't make them in that channel.
Ah, it's daylight.
Yes, it is.
Good God, man.
Yep.
How the fuck do you fucking run on that and you're that fast? That's you got a CRT monitor on that table.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God!
It's off to the side.
And
It's not his
from
primary.
1999.
It's not his
One
primary.
of them actually being used in so long.
I'm on his primary.
That screen is older than some people racing with us.
Yeah,
That's a
for
scary
sure.
thought.
That's fucking crazy. How the fuck? I don't know how you do that.
I was
dude.
looking at Discord. Please. Calm
I
yourself down.
can usually, well, sometimes steal a TV from the living room, which kind of helps, but still.
That's
But
nutty.
then I usually run out of GPU, so that's another issue.
That's 7 series life,
Yeah,
though.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, that
Says the guy with the 7 series
Cheers.
GPU.
doesn't matter what you drive on to make you fast.
Mine's better, to be fair. It can
Oh.
game at 1440p
Well,
in
back
some
a month ago, and
situations.
would be just a DS4 controller instead of the
Yeah,
wheel.
that's even worse.
Kind of, because at least I could sit closer to the screen, so it would be bigger. But yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, equipment really doesn't matter most of the time.
No.
I can't believe you use a CRT monitor.
That's what I have.
I feel so bad. I want to send you a fucking better monitor.
call a night?
You
All right,
don't
Wolfman.
use that.
Have a good one.
I wouldn't say no, but
Yeah, later
I think
today.
I got enough free shit.
Oh god, don't remind me how late it is already. Yeah, have a good one, Wolfman.
You're crazy, man.
Well,
That's Racing Pro's not much better. He used to fucking run on a laptop, right?
yeah.
Hey, you know what? That laptop is encoding my stream, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, but didn't you race on that?
Yeah. Later,
Like-
Wolfman.
Did you use an external screen or just the?
Yeah? You think I race on that? What is that, 15-inch
Well, I mean,
display?
I don't fucking know. You may
Some
have.
people do racing. Some people do.
I know, but I...
He's got
No.
I don't know if who have seen the Roast My Rig channel in Jimmy's Discord, but there are some cursed images there.
Oh, like that monitor that you're running on, Max, can't be that much bigger than a laptop. What's that? A
22.
18 or 20? 22?
Yeah, but it's not
Okay,
full
so it's-
HD even.
It's decent. Yeah.
Well, I'm currently running on a 27-inch 1440p display.
Send me
Currently
some
running at
now.
1080p 60 because capture card limitations.
I would if I could.
Storm, are you still here?
Yep.
Question for you. Is it worth the couple extra bucks to get a 144 hertz 1080p monitor over like just a 60 hertz?
Yeah.
As
You
primary
are-
or secondary?
For both.
Yeah.
She's got my old PC now, and she wants
Right.
new monitors.
I mean, basically anything.
So I
don't
was
know what's-
looking
what's-
at monitors, and I've never used a 144 hertz monitor, so
Glorious.
Anything
I
higher
heard-
than
I
60
heard.
is good.
I will say, as somebody who's relatively recently got on 144 hertz monitor, it is a bit jarring going back and forth between a display that is and isn't 144 hertz. So, like, You know, it's nice and smooth on the main display, and then you move over to the side. Oh god, it's only 60 hertz.
Well, pretty much used 60 hertz TVs for monitors for a long time. So to see a 144 hertz PC monitor would probably be a big shock.
It's very nice.
Well, that's probably good. Because I was looking at getting 1440p 144 hertz monitors, but she doesn't want to spend that much.
Yeah, I'm no expert
1440p
on
is
it.
also nice.
But yeah, that's what I'm running, but not exactly right this second. Capture card issues.
Right.
I wouldn't know anything about 60 hertz gaming.
You wouldn't know anything about HD, period.
That's also true.
Surprised
Okay,
you.
hey, wait, no, shut up. I have a TV, not full HD.
And it's probably like looking out the window compared to what you race on.
I mean, it's a 40-inch full HD display, which I have at the same distance as the current screen. So,
Like, I
How
would
about-
have more respect for you if you raced on the CRT.
I mean,
okay,
lower
I have a challenge for next week then.
lower
At least I'll
imp-
get more FPS.
lower input delay in theory.
Yeah, maybe
Potentially.
not with this one.
Well, potentially.
I mean, the CRT can go up to 75 hertz, but the coil line is
It's 640 by
Unacceptable.
480.
no, it's 1024 by 768.
I mean, that is pretty high
Excuse me.
res for a CRT.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good CRT. Well, for something that's what 22 years old.
Oh god, it's so funny.
Yeah, no, that's definitely older than some people that
way older
tend to
than
race
some
with us.
people that race with us.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, like from something like that, like I have my PC case and one of my hard drives are 14 years old, which almost is older than some people racing.
Oh,
Basically, your CRT monitor and my old beige mic that I used to run with would go hand in hand.
Yes! Yes! I was just thinking that. I was like, now you need fucking Thor's old microphone.
I still
Dude,
have my old keyboard from those years, which still
God.
works. A PS2 keyboard.
The day
I've
that I
got-
saw fucking that microphone taped to your head, I fucking... That was
I mean,
some of the funniest
That was
fucking...
I do have a PS2
mean, it
keyboard
worked.
over there, and
It
there's a
worked
PS2
fucking
mouse
great.
back there.
But that was the
think it's back
funniest
there, it might be over
fucking
there.
thing. I was dying.
Doesn't have to have backwards compatible devices lying around. You never know what you might need.
Oh, fuck, Storm's getting ready to race. You can hear the sound of duct tape. Oh, it was fucking great. Good times, good times.
Yep.
I've still got about a
I
minute
think I
to
still
go
have a mouse somewhere with
to
the
get
actual
to
ball in it.
bridge.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some of those.
Yeah, I've
My
got
dad
one.
still uses his.
I'd
Yeah,
love
that's
to
what you
like
should do.
gather some of that old stuff and just show it to some fucking Zoomers or whatever.
I've got a container of floppy disks on the other side of my room. And there's some zip drives in there as well.
How to confuse Zoomers 101.
I mean, my dad got stacks and stacks of CDs up in his office.
I'm
mean,
sure
CDs
Day
are-
he was balling.
I
CDs
probably
are
got
still kind of-
5 1/4 floppies somewhere.
Oh yes.
What is it?
But do you have any 8-inchers?
No, I never had the bigger, super big ones.
There's a chance one of the computers out in the garage might. It's quite debatable now if the Apple II still runs.
I think I still have an Apple II somewhere up in my attic.
God.
An Apple IIe.
Yeah. Minute 45. Minute 45 to go from gantry to
Listen.
bridge.
Why are you still going around in this?
Hey man, I can go from gantry to bridge in a minute 45, alright?
And not bridge to gantry.
Yeah, no, not bridge to gantry, gantry to bridge.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've been flat out for the entire lap though.
What are you
Have you really?
driving?
That's the shoebox Ligier JS8.
Yeah. I have been flat out. I haven't necessarily stayed on the track at all times, but I have been flat out.
I mean, technically, you can still be flat out and brake at the same time.
You know, I was going to avoid doing that because that's cheating. To be fair though, there's only 2 turns you need to do that for. Turn 1 and then the slowest turn on the Nordschleife.
Oh yeah.
Those are the only 2 corners where this can't go flat out. That was a 26-minute lap.
That's pretty much kilometer a minute. Almost.
I mean, I am doing... It maxes out at 69, of course.
Nice.
And I'm doing less than that on average, so checks out. You know, I wasn't lying when I said I was 100% throttle for the entire lap.
Yep.
The throttle
out.
trace does not lie. And the brake trace also.